Welcome back to a mini episode of The Authentic Man. Today I'm going to be talking about being on the fence. I see this for myself in relationships and past relations, being really on the fence. Let's set the scenario out. A man meets a woman. I'm talking to men, ladies. If this is you, it also can count for you. It's not just something men do. Men get bashed for it a lot, but I've also met women who have been with me and have been very on the fence about wanting to be in a relationship, being out of a relationship. So man meets a woman. He's like, she's nice, she's cool, but guys, but this, but that, not sure. Talking to your mates. Oh, I'm not sure about her. I'm not sure if this is right. I'm not sure. Indecision. A lot of, oh yeah, we hang out, we spend time, but I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure where it's going. And you got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And you kind of stay in that for a while. You can stay in relationships. People stay in relationships like this for years. I've heard of people staying in a relationship like this for decades, where they're a bit 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And it just doesn't work. It doesn't work for you, right? As the 1 foot in, 1 foot out person. And it doesn't work for the person you're with, right? So if you're a man and you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, it really doesn't work for the people you're dating with. And then I'm going to, the predominance of the people listening to this, I know, are dating women. So it doesn't work for you, for the women that you're dating, to do that, to have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. First of all, it lacks commitment, right? It shows you lack ability to commit to something wholeheartedly, to just go, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this for a period of time. I'm going to do this. And then maybe until the point you're like, I don't want to do this. This 1 foot in, 1 foot out business. Or if you keep saying yes and then no and then yes and then no, that's also 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That's just like really fast moving, right? If you're in a relationship and then like, oh, I'm not sure. Oh, is it right? Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, it's not right. And you keep having this conversation, with your partner. That's 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right? And one of the things I think is also important to know is that when you do this, you're subconsciously telling yourself that you don't have the capacity to fully commit to something or fully to commit to what's in front of you, what's important to you or what you want. You tell yourself, and it's kind of this cyclical thing. If you keep telling yourself you can't be committed, you'll keep not being committed because you believe what you tell yourself, right? We believe 30,000 thoughts we have a day. If 30,000 of your 35,000 thoughts about your inability to commit, you're going to believe that very quickly, right? You're going to believe that and it will just get deeper and deeper into your being, right? There's probably somewhere that's deep rooted that started off this, but you can start by shifting your thinking, right? And you keep telling yourself this. You also, I feel, tell yourself that you're not worth commitment. You're not worth being fully committed. You're only a half in, half out type of person, right? And again, that's a really subtle thing because you're also telling the person you're with that they're not worth commitment. They're worth less. I'm not saying they're worthless. They're worth less, right? Because of the way that you set up this dynamic where it's like, oh, I'm kind of in, but I don't know if it's right. I don't know if it's wrong, blah, 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 blah. And it just, we're waiting for the commitment to come. Oh, I feel committed now. I can now commit. But it's a bit kind of having the cart before the horse, I think the saying is. It's actually you need to commit, then the energy and feeling of commitment starts to flow through you afterwards. So you have to get your mind into gear and go, I'm going to commit to this thing. I think of all the relationships over the years where I didn't commit. I was like half in, half out. And, the truth is nearly every single time, the fear that I had about the relationship came true because of it. Because ultimately, if you're afraid of getting hurt, you're afraid of hurting them, you're afraid she's the wrong woman, you're afraid of judgment, you're afraid of not being good enough. I bet you through your lack of commitment, that shows up for you. You see it, it comes up for you and your fear is confirmed. Oh, look, she wasn't the right woman. She did this thing. Yeah, because you weren't really showing any level of commitment to it being the right person and the right relationship. oh, you see, look, I'm not good enough. They didn't want me. Yeah, because you didn't really commit. You didn't put yourself fully into the thing. Oh no, I got hurt or they got hurt. You see, this means that I shouldn't commit. No, you're just finding reasons not to commit. Stand up and say, you want to find something and actually step forward and commit. Because this is, it doesn't just ruin relationships, right? Look at your job. Look at how you're operating with your fitness. Look at how you're operating with your friends, your family. Are you committed to things? Because it leaks into different areas, this lack of commitment, right? So it's like, what are you really committed to? You committed to safety, you committed to comfortability. Look at what's the higher commitment for you. Because if you're struggling to commit in a relationship, there's a higher commitment that's getting in the way. It's like, are you committed to safety or avoiding pain, for instance? That's often something that's there for people. I'm committed to avoiding pain. That's the thing I'm really committed to. So take a long, hard look, because as I said in the title, it's like acting this way will always lead to the relationships falling apart, relationship ruin. It's just not being committed to something. Will always, right? Because you don't give it a chance to be something. You don't give it your energy. You don't give it your will. You don't give it your power. You don't give it your focus or your presence when you're always keeping one eye for something else, or keeping one foot out the door so that, when you get to leave, it's not too painful for you, because you don't really put yourself in there. And this is this is kind of like something that, like I said, hurts a lot of people in their relationships, because you're just not in it. You're not fully putting yourself into it. It means that you don't get out of it as well, because you don't put yourself in there. You don't get out of it what you would really love from a relationship, because there's a yearning in you, right? There's a deep yearning that you would really love a deeply committed relationship, but your fears get in the way, and you are willing to allow your fear to get in the way of what you would really want. And that ultimately leads to a lot of unhappiness in our lives if we always let our fears get in the way of what we really want. So it's really important for you to notice and go, okay, what do I really want? What's really important to me? Not from the place of your fears, your worries and concerns, but from like your inspirational self, your higher self, someone would say. Like maybe you think from your higher self, you're like, I'd really love a committed, connected, loving relationship. But from your fears are like, no, that's not possible. You're going to get hurt. They're going to treat you badly. You're not good enough. Yada, 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 yada. So ask yourself, which of yourselves are you going to live from? Which of yourselves are you going to act from? Because you get to choose. You get to choose. It's your choice. You get to choose your conscious actions. And where you start to take action, your energy flows. And where your energy flows, things start to move, things start to shift, things start to change. So, with all that said, have a little think. Have a little think about where you want things to go, So if you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I can't commit, I struggle to commit, I'm not sure what to do. You don't know what to do. And I learned this, and I say this to you because I went through this of like struggling to commit. As I said, being 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Oh, I don't want to get hurt. Oh, I don't want it to be the wrong woman. I don't want to get trapped in a relationship and not have freedom. That was the big thing. And I've got a post about this, about freedom. If you send me a message, I'll explain that one to you, about the freedom thing, right? Because it's a really important part, because it's a bit of a fallacy around relationships and freedom. But all these fears are just getting in the way of what you would really want. And ultimately, it's your life. You get to choose, but you can make a difference. You can change. You can change something. You can experience something different. So I invite you to connect to what you would really want, instead of just living from your fears all the time. Spend some time, maybe a meditation. Maybe, if you really want, drop me a line, and we can sit and talk about it, and we can sit in that feeling and that energy and support you in being in what you'd really love, instead of being in what you fear. And move from that place, start taking action from that place, because it will change your life. Because we're not schooled to do this. From an evolutionary perspective, we focus on the negative, which keeps us safe to a degree, but doesn't actually get us where we want. So we need to retrain our brains to focus on the positive things, the things that we really love. And this commitment piece is all part of that. The 1 foot in, 1 foot out piece is all part of that. But enough from me. Heard enough today. If you want to connect with me, find me at Instagram at The Authentic Man, or you can find me, email me, hello@theauthenticman.net, and we can talk some more. Ciao, ciao.